Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about some of the newest chapters of JJK, and that includes what Sukuna has done with Megumi, as well as what he's done in the past, and just giving a quick comparison between two of his vessels and to see which one is the better of those two. Now, as we can see, most of the story has overtaken Sukuna and Yuji, as Yuji is of course his vessel, but what we do want to take a look at and kind of verify is that was Yuji holding Sukuna back as his vessel and using his abilities inside Yuji's body. Now, what we do know is that Yuji does in fact have, great physical strength and pretty good curse spirit or curse energy output. But what we don't really get from him is, special abilities, curse techniques, anything that Sukuna could really use at an advanced level. So that does hold Yuji back. Now, while he does again have his physical prowess, Sukuna isn't too much of a puncher and kicker. He uses, curse techniques as he is one of the best to ever use curse techniques. So Yuji isn't really his ideal match. But another problem arises in the sense that Yuji can also fight back against Sukuna. He's able to take his body back given enough time and control under Sukuna's influence. So it looks like Sukuna doesn't have free reign when Yuji's inside of his body. And so that without a doubt holds him back. Yeah, because he can fight and actually limit the abilities and especially the power that's being given to him, like we see with Megumi later. But more importantly, that does mean that Sukuna is being held back to some extent when he's fighting in Yuji's body. So as we can see, Yuji isn't really the ideal matchup with Sukuna, right? Pretty much no curse technique, not very good curse spirit or curse energy output, and that doesn't really leave him in a good position. Now we can actually take a look at Megumi, and Megumi does add something that Yuji doesn't, right? Of course, that's his curse technique, since he can actually use Shikigami and has a number of them that can be utilized depending on the user's curse energy amount, their output, and their ability to use those specific techniques. But Sukuna is a master in all three of those, so he can actually use every single piece. Now, if it weren't for this, Sukuna wouldn't be able to utilize Megumi as well. But again, he's a master. He can use all these things, and there's no real issue. So Sukuna and Megumi. So with Sukuna having access to the 10 shadows, it looks like he can actually just warp those abilities into a new form that we haven't seen before. We saw the demon dogs come out in a more warped version, even using new abilities that Megumi hasn't, like his bull. So with his bull, it's obviously more powerful and can move in a straight and linear direction. But we also see Max Elephant use the new ways, and of course more powerfully. But it looks like Sukuna doesn't really have the abilities or the withdrawals that Yuji has because he now has access to new abilities. And so we can really start to see Sukuna shine because he is, again, a master in cursed energy output and techniques. So we're just seeing a stronger vessel with a stronger master, a person using it. So Sukuna seems to be much stronger in this position. And more recently, within the last couple of chapters, we've seen him use Maharaga. And he's used it in a completely new way than Megumi was able to, right? Because he has full control over it, and it seems like he's integrated it into his body. So the fact that he's integrated it seems to imply that he now has the ability to regenerate, because we see the wheel over his head, and we see that he explicitly says, hey, I've absorbed this ability. I seem to be regenerating here, because that is an ability we've seen Maharaga use. And he's able to summon Maharaga separately and, distinctly from himself to break perfect spheres. So it looks like these new abilities are kind of making Megumi seem like a clear-cut winner. Now, if we go into his resistance to Sukuna, it looks like he doesn't really have any. He's just recently woken up even a bit while Yuji was fighting him from jump. So it looks like Megumi is going to be the pretty much best option for Sukuna moving forward. Again, with the plethora of abilities, his ability to integrate them, and just the fact that he doesn't resist, right? So Megumi was putting up a bit of a fight earlier, but it looks like he's just completely been subservient as of recent and in recent fights. So against Maki, he was holding back because those were his friends. But against people he doesn't know, he doesn't seem to have that same hesitance and ability to resist. So it looks like Megumi's the clear-cut winner here. And it looks like Sukuna is going to get even stronger. If he gets all all 5 fingers that are coming forward, it's pretty much wraps. It's done for, and he's going to emerge completely.